back to the Runway Podcast. I'm Gcina Mulalo, your host. And today I've got a co-host, Mulalo. He is going to introduce himself formally. But what's important to know is that we are broadcasting live from the Manu Media Studios. And this podcast is in partnership with Opulentia. Listen, thank you so much to everybody that has showed us some love over the past few weeks. We've had quite amazing guests, and as per usual, we're here to give you the content, the tips, the tools, everything that you need to be on a runway. All you have to do is just like, share, comment, and subscribe. We want that interaction from you. We want to know which content basically resonates with you and what you enjoy, what you don't like. Listen, even the comments that you think we won't, we won't be happy with, just drop them in there anyway, okay? Yeah. This podcast is about unearthing the stories of the underdogs as well as the stories of the legends. So we do both, and welcome, co-host.
Thank you, madam. It feels good to be in front of the camera.
For a change, because you're always behind the camera.
Yes.
People don't know that you're the owner of Manu Media.
Yes. No, so we must get that button.
We must get that button. We should.
So my name is Mulalo Mainganya. I'm the founder of Manu Media, and we partnered with Gcina here to bring you the Runway Podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful experience. I sometimes ghost when I'm confident enough, but sometimes I just sit there and I mind my own business. But I'm so excited to be co-hosting. I think we're going to be having more and more of these.
We definitely are, because we realize me and you are in business.
Yes.
So we bring different business people on here, but when we have our own conversations, we're like, no man, but not just in the content. People need to hear from us as well.
Definitely.
So I think it's amazing that you're co-hosting with me today. So today we're going to do things slightly differently. We actually have a list of topics where we've just noted them down, so don't mind us. We'll keep looking down from time to time because we have the topics, on the phones. But essentially, we want to just have a real conversation. Mulalo, how many times have we been talking about just realness, And I think I literally want to start off with personal branding. I know we have our topics there, okay? But because we've been talking about this quite a lot, this issue of personal branding. What is personal branding? People just start a business and then they roll and then...
So
I
think personal branding is a thing because, let me tell you a little bit of where that comes from on my end. Manu Media is a creative and a design agency. We look at creating creative content. Okay, so with most of the clients that we were servicing from last year going backwards, back maybe 3-4 years backwards, we've realized that even though we're developing better and better content, our clients don't quite know how to make use of it because they don't have a branding strategy. So when they come out with a brief, it's just a brief for the content they want now. But when that content goes back on their platforms, it doesn't consistently communicate a message to their clients. So that content doesn't have a lifespan. So it's something that will like now, and then it dies out.
Then they have to come back and pay you more. Aren't you happy with that?
No. We're happy for the money, but as we were talking about authenticity, we want to provide value as well. That's how you build brands. You provide value to people, even in spaces where they don't expect you to excel. You just jump in there and make sure that you assist them. So we decided, okay, fine. Let's unpack the branding subject. And in December, when everyone was waiting, I was looking online, doing some research, looking what actually is this branding thing? And it revolutionized me. Actually, I came into the new year a different person because of the personal branding element, which I feel is extremely important to brands because these brands are composed by individuals. So before the individuals brand the corporates, they must brand themselves. Yes. So that's where that personal branding comes from for me.
And I think on my side as well, this whole personal branding, because I work with a lot of startup businesses. You are one person who's doing everything in the business, and so literally curating your social media personality, which is then your personal brand. They don't have time for that. It's like, just put up the products.
Yeah.
Like, just put them up. Just put the products
Yes,
up. Tell
yes.
people to buy, or tell people how amazing they are. But what a lot of small businesses or entrepreneurs, especially in the startup phases, miss is that you need to have a personality.
Yes.
People buy from people.
Exactly.
I'm not
Yeah.
just gonna go to Mano Media because
Yeah.
you told me how amazing you are.
Yeah.
There's something that has to draw me in.
Yep.
And you know what draws me in is the human element. It's what you communicate about your brand.
Yes.
Human to human.
Yeah, so most people are more focused on the products or services they're
Yes.
providing, as opposed to the personal branding element. For example,
Yeah.
you need to know where to position yourself within your business, because that challenge is coming, especially if you're running a small company.
Yeah.
You need to position yourself at a certain point in time, depending on where your business is. And if you consistently personally brand yourself and improve on that brand, you
Yeah.
know where to stop, where to continue. For example, if I'm a startup, I'm doing everything. That's where I am. I'm trying to learn each and every element about my business, because it's probably me alone.
Yeah.
That's how I'm branded. I'm just a startup. I'm starting up. But now, maybe 4 or 5 months down the road, I've got people doing those things.
Yeah.
I'm no longer the same guy. So the brand is, my personal branding should change. So I must understand, okay, I've got people that are here with me now. So how do I position myself to not interfere with what they should be doing?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I stop viewing myself as an employee, and then I start rebranding myself as the founder of
As
this
the founder,
company.
yes.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Now there's a leadership
Exactly.
title to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
you position yourself in that space where you are empowering these people to do the work for you. Then you focus on, spreading your wings as the founder.
As the founder, yeah.
Yes.
And then you can also continue with the vision, because it's so important to keep the vision in mind. Keep the vision. When you're in the business, you're not able to have that foresight to go see what is actually going to happen. Where do I see this
Yes.
business going?
Yes.
How do I, grow the business? How do I scale?
Yes, yes, definitely. I think
Yeah.
that is one of the most important things, because as
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, we keep getting pulled back into the day to day.
Yes.
And as
Yeah.
as a leader, your responsibility is to forecast and say,
Yeah.
coming down maybe 4 or 5 months from now, this is what we should be doing.
Yes.
And then 6 months, maybe in a year, this is what we should be doing. Oh,
Yeah.
here's another idea. This is what we should be trying out.
Yeah.
How are we structured? That's your problem. Not that you should now be packaging and talking to clients,
Yes, and doing admin and doing the sales and doing, deliveries and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
Which I think then ties nicely into one of the topics that we had, initially planned for today,
Okay.
which I'm going to find in 1 second.
Once you go back to your notes.
Oh Lord, once I go back to my notes. But we basically, wanted to talk about startups, wanted to talk about e-commerce, wanted
Yeah.
to talk about personal branding.
Yeah. I think let's go
Let's
to
start from e-commerce.
Okay.
Let's go to the e-commerce,
Okay.
because now we're talking about the founder, the person that's selling the business. Should they be online? What's the value or the benefit of being online? What's the value of having, a website?
Yeah, so-
simple e-commerce store.
Yeah. So e-commerce comes through as a mental block a little bit to people that are starting up, because now there's a website and then there's e-commerce. What is this e-commerce? Because now when people start talking, hey,
Yeah.
you need to set up an e-commerce platform. And I'm like, hey, I just want a website.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So e-commerce
Yeah.
platform basically means that you are selling online. Your platform is your website is geared up to run transactions.
Yeah.
So people can buy, they can track their orders. And the nice thing about that having an e-commerce platform is the fact that you can get analytics. You can track your own traffic. And once you understand how big or how small your traffic is, you then set goals to say, we need to bump up the traffic that's coming through to our website. How do we do it? And once you've got the right traffic, say, for example, maybe you're moving 5,000 visits a day, or just being hypothetical.
Yeah.
You can now go to people who are in marketing and say, guys, you can use my e-commerce platform as a billboard.
Yes.
You make more money from that as opposed to just selling on your platform. Now you get to know a little bit more about your client. You get to know the market. You get to know where the client is, what are they browsing from, where are they. You learn a lot. So as opposed to just having a normal website where people are going to look at a product and call you, hey, I want this one, the white one.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
But now I'm also wondering, because we've got other, we've got obviously product-based businesses, but there's also service-based businesses.
Yeah.
So is it important for them to also then have an e-commerce store?
Very important.
Okay.
Ideally, you want to drive traffic to your website.
Okay.
Once you've got enough traffic coming through your website, you now can monetize that platform. For example, for a company that's providing consulting services in any sector, you can provide courses, and start charging people for the consulting services you'd be offering them, going to them. It will be much simpler for you to just have the traffic come through, they pay, they learn, they leave. You don't talk to them, you don't engage them. Probably they'll drop you an email and ask you further questions. You'll be set up for that. But the ideal perspective is when you're driving traffic to your website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so also be selling. So service-based businesses must also have some kind of something they're selling on the website, whether it's consulting services, whether it's an assessment, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So it's about us monetizing that platform. If you're looking at a basic website that's a landing page or a simple 2-pager website, some of these sites are not geared to give us traffic, to give us data, feedback. So with e-commerce, then you tap into those features where you're able to check your traffic a little bit more. So just being on e-commerce, it just revolutionizes your business.
Yeah. Okay.
So there are other tools like Mouseflow. Remember I told you about Mouseflow. It basically tracks the traffic. So Mano Media, if you check our website, we've transitioned a bit. Because we love photography. That's our first love. So we had a lot of pictures on the landing page. And then this app basically shows you heat maps where people click. If they're clicking there a lot, then you've got that space red because that's where a lot of...
say buy.
Yes, buy. So...
That's why you put the buy button.
Yes, but we didn't put the buy button.
Why not?
That was just an arrow that was moving pictures. That's what we did.
Okay.
And people weren't going to the booking option because they were enjoying the pictures.
Yes, that's where you must put wherever the heat map is. That's where you must click the booking.
Exactly.
Book.
That's what we learned later to say, man, this landing page is too entertaining. Let's put a call to action. So when people land, they see one beautiful picture with a book now option.
Yes.
Then there at the top, you'll see gallery, about us, and all the rest of the things.
And then maybe at the bottom, you'll see your address.
Yes,
you must book.
You must book. That's what you want to do.
But it's so crazy because the other bigger conversation is that people don't know what is the e-commerce website and what is a normal website.
Okay.
But I think you've explained it quite nicely to say e-commerce allows you to have the data, the analytics. It allows you the insight.
Yes.
Which, as an entrepreneur, it's invaluable. You need data.
It's very important
to make informed decisions, and then ultimately you're able to convert your business efforts. Okay.
Yeah, look, with a basic website, you could still get the data, but you probably need to use other tools and other means.
You know what my thing is, but I think it's another another conversation on its own to say, us as business owners, because I'm not an IT guy, I'm not, technically enabled to understand what is even happening on my website. I don't even have control over my website.
Yeah.
So there's somebody who's sitting wherever they're sitting in Durban who's controlling my whole website. I just send them an email to say, hi, please update this. Hey, please update that.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way that we can actually take back that power.
You have it. I mean, the moment you get a domain, say smallbusinessrunway.com.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you have to reserve before you actually get to the website.
Yes,
because that's just a URL.
Yeah.
Under that URL, you get a cPanel. So a cPanel basically just gives you flex in terms of what it is that you can do with your platform.
Yeah.
For example, if I get a new employee tomorrow, I can add their email addresses under that cPanel. And then I can do a plethora of other things that same guy can do. But and the other risky thing is, I also have a website guy, believe it or not, because I don't want to be running everything in my company. But the guy came and told me, I was like, bro, if I kick the bucket tomorrow, how are you going to run your site?
Exactly.
So I said to him, hey, Muna, give me all my passwords. Eh?
You didn't even have your passwords.
I also didn't. I used to.
Okay, no, I have my passwords.
I used to log in through him. It was like, hey, Muna, let's run a team viewer thing. Let me see. Then he would log in and then he'll go there. But I wanted to see what he's doing. So I get to a point where I also didn't know this thing. I got to a point where I looked at him. He was very open though.
Yeah.
Then I learned until I took over. which was like mid last year. Then I took over. I was like, okay, fine, it's fine. Now I can run.
Now
my
you're
own
comfortable.
things.
Yeah. Maybe we should also do those trainings. Guys, we're offering training on e-commerce website. It's important though.
It's very
and
important.
it just dawned on me now.
Yeah.
We actually don't have that control. We don't
Yeah.
have that power.
Yeah.
Umuntu will just pull the stats. I don't know how they pull them. I don't know
Yeah.
what
Then
is
he'll
going
send
on.
you a
He just
graph.
tells me, good to this is what you're, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Should we talk about AI?
Yay.
Artificial intelligence.
Hey,
now,
that's
this
a
guy
very
over here
exciting-
is trending on TikTok for a very good video. I think we must link it in here.
Okay.
So for
I
people
will
can
do,
watch
will do, yeah.
that you did on TikTok
Yeah.
about AI.
Yeah.
So go ahead and watch that one. But for today,
Yeah.
artificial intelligence, there's this big thing about it, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and I remember you told me before it even blew up,
Yeah.
before I even saw it
Yeah.
on the other podcast. Before I even saw it there, you told me about it.
Yes.
And we were already like messing with it, and I did a
Yeah.
couple of things there.
Yeah.
And then now I'm seeing it all over.
Yeah.
Even
So
my feed, man, on LinkedIn
it's
is more
AI,
AI.
everything, yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
what has happened?
So it's so that ChatGPT platform is a sort of software that they put together which can learn from conversations. So because everyone is going online and they're engaging it, it's got machine learning capabilities. So
Yeah.
when it talks to people all over the world, it's busy just gathering information.
Yeah.
And it specializes in linguistics. So it looks at how people communicate. So when it sends the feedback back to you on whatever you ask it, it's a very well formatted sort of post. Like when you get it, it's a proper. For example, I tried it with a caption.
Yeah.
The caption that I was running, I ran it on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I basically wrote what I want. Hey guys, I didn't have the right words. I just typed the way I saw it, and then I said rephrase. The caption that came back there.
It was a hit.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So AI is really coming through, but it's a lot of people are skeptic about this artificial intelligence.
What do you think people are skeptic about? Is it the job element where you will no longer need a copywriter in your business? You will no longer need somebody to write your press releases
Yeah.
if you're doing PR. You'll no longer need somebody to write even your website captions.
Yeah.
Is that where you think people are?
So it's a lot of things because now it's revolutionizing the industry. Number one, you did say copyright. A lot of jobs that will be lost. But in my perspective, it's a lot of minds that need to evolve beyond, as opposed to just jobs that we need to lose. Because the moment you are a copywriter and you make use of ChatGPT, you are 3-4 times the copywriter you were yesterday. So it doesn't automatically cancel you out because AI is just as good as the user. You understand?
However, do you know
Yeah.
where the danger is?
Yeah.
The danger is where we now become lazy
Yeah.
because now, trust me,
Yeah.
that thing is that good.
Yes.
Where you're just like, I always want to use this. And
Yeah.
the whole thing of us, we're going to be, in fact, I read an article and I thought it made sense because I was already thinking about it.
Okay.
But the more people use the ChatGPT, whatever I'm trying to say, somebody else, like it might give us the same answers.
Yes.
So next thing, we're in the same industry, we're posting
Yeah.
very similar content
Yeah.
or captions.
Yeah. And the other thing, Gcina, is your search engines and all the other platforms that consume content are now tweaked or set up to pick up on AI-generated content. So once you do a copy and paste, Instagram automatically knows I'm not pushing this caption because it's AI-generated. So you still need to have a big part of yourself going into that content. You still
Yeah.
need to rephrase, repackage the text, and just take it as, say it as how you would say it if you were typing it there.
Yeah.
But just use it as a point of reference. But I think it's a tool that is as good as. I'll make you another example. There's another AI app called Midjourney.
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 So
It's
MID?
Midjourney, yeah, MID Journey.
Journey,
Yeah, the
okay,
normal
okay.
journey. So
Okay.
Midjourney is sort of like a sub-platform of Discord. So like in the
Okay.
past, you used to log on, and even now you can log on WhatsApp, then you go into a group.
Yeah.
So that group is an AI called Midjourney. So when you jump in there, it's a graphic design AI.
Okay.
Where you just jump in there and you say, if you've seen online, there has been these pictures of elderly people modeling.
Yeah.
You see how nice those pictures
yeah,
are?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
pictures come from Midjourney.
Yeah.
Midjourney, those are AI generated. There was no fashion show. Someone just went on there and they said elderly people modeling, fashion,
God.
what,
And then next thing,
the next thing you've got.
it creates
Yo.
those elderly people.
Yo, did you see those pictures? I actually
I
went
saw those pictures.
and commented before.
Wasn't it a video?
I saw a picture. I saw pictures.
Pictures. Okay, those
I
pictures.
went and comment. I dropped a comment there and I said, thumbs up to the photographer. Back in that-
Yeah, because we all thought, wow, what a dope concept.
Those
Somebody
are-
came up with these.
That's super realistic.
Yeah,
And
they are,
later
they
on,
are.
I started seeing renders of old African natives that are high tech. So these are older. What AI thought of African people back in the day is
Oh, my
shocking because those people, they look like an advanced technological community. Yeah. So with that, say for example now you are done doing the write up for your website because you went there to ChatGPT and you say give me an about for a company that does graphic design.
Yeah.
Then it writes
Oh,
you.
they're very good with that.
Yeah, it gives you an about section, right? And then you've got a homepage, all the text.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
collected it.
Yeah.
You go to Midjourney, website for modern website creative agency.
Yeah.
Midjourney is gonna design a whole landing page for you, and show you here's how your website should look. And most of the renders that I've seen there are proper websites.
That's what I'm saying though. Uguti, now we're gonna have a lot of duplicates or a lot of similarities in our packaging, which then maybe goes back to our conversation about personal branding. Because at the end of the day, as much as it's AI, we still want authenticity.
Yeah.
We still want the original, the proper,
Yeah.
the raw
Yeah.
images.
Yeah. I guess you're gonna have to take the element here to take away is the time element. These things give you feedback very fast.
Instantly.
Yeah, so you're gonna kill your targets quickly, but also that means that there needs to be a touch of you. So personal branding also has a lot to do with personal philosophy.
Yes, your value system,
yes.
your beliefs,
Yes.
your way of doing things.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
your philosophy should spill into everything you do. So it shouldn't be a copy and paste exercise.
Yeah.
because Anyone can just replicate it, and then you don't stand for anything. But personal branding has a lot more to do. Even branding in itself has a lot more to do than just the graphics and the websites and everything.
Yeah.
It goes much deeper than that, such that people that understand it now know that I'm special. I'm just special, and this is
Yeah.
what makes me special. I'll tell you in 2 minutes. Like, this is what makes me special, and I
Yeah.
stand out, and that's my personal philosophy. And the challenge with entrepreneurs today, they are so quick to want to make the sale that they forget to tell the story
Yeah.
and share their philosophy. So
Yeah. No, also we want to look perfect, Mulalo.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's what's crippling a lot of, just in my experience, the people that I work with, it's like when you have a conversation with them, okay, what is your personal, what is your mission statement? What is your vision? They want to have this perfect, I don't know if I'm making sense. Like even when I deal with my digital marketing, my social media clients, they run away from authentic content, like just normal stuff.
Yeah.
Let's take a picture when you are setting up.
Yeah.
Let's just say,
Yeah.
take a picture when you are,
share
in
the
the office.
story.
Share your
Yes.
story.
Yes.
Share your journey. Take a
Yes.
picture back in the warehouse.
Yes. Yes.
I'm flip flops, dirty.
Yes.
People run away from that
if
because there's a
you're
certain.
if you're a poultry farmer, take a picture with your chickens. or
With your
whatever.
chickens, yeah. Okay, those they do very well now. Eh? Those poultry farmers are in there,
Yeah.
which is maybe why that
Yeah.
industry in
Yeah.
itself is growing. But
Yeah.
hey, perfection
Yeah.
is going to be.
So people are quite challenged because how we define authenticity today has to do with sharing your vulnerabilities,
Exactly.
and that's what people connect with.
But how many of us are?
We don't. If you look at it, the trend now has come to that place because your big corporates used to be very corporate. They would be very serious. They just share posters, Standard Bank, BAM, Netbank. You don't really have much to connect with. But in time, you saw that them integrating those posters with people, then it just got a little bit more
Now
social.
they're using influencers.
Now they're using influencers.
Which are people.
Yes, because
Yeah.
they want to reach the market, because
Yeah.
influencers are real people that
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
connect with.
yeah.
So they are at that level and they're struggling to connect with the people at the ground. So they need a middleman. So now, if we also disconnect ourselves from our, brands, we're going to need middlemen like your influencers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what causes that challenge where people now want to be perfect is because they tend to underestimate their story. They feel like if I tell people
my
what I
story
went
is not
through,
that good enough. My story, who's going to be interested?
You get
and
me.
also the story is just a typical like starting from nothing, which
exactly.
a lot of us have that background. A lot of us don't come from well-established,
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's the story that sells because it's authentic.
Do you think so?
I
Do you
totally
think if I start
think
telling my story more?
Bro, I think if you start, I'm sorry, I call her bro. She calls me bro a lot.
Like we're brothers, okay?
So if you start, I found through sharing on social media that storytelling kills, and authentic storytelling. If you look at these people online, especially TikTok, people's like, guys, let me tell you a story, right? You're going to watch that from beginning to end. Because you love, number one, the element of Umkosi and the storyline and what it is that was happening there. So
I think I should do that. I'm going to definitely do that on my channel, my other channel, on Gcina
Okay.
Because I need to, I've got so many stories, guys. I've got stories about your faves. I've got stories about, well-established business people who see what you're doing. They bring you closer and then they screw you up. Guys, all I'm saying is I'm going to start telling my story.
Please do.
Because we also fear being controversial. I don't want to be like a complainer or I've just got a negative energy around me. Because I don't. I'm generally a positive person. But the truth is, guys, I think building a business from scratch.
Defining yourself is defining those stories. Those stories define you because they got you to learn the lessons that got you here.
Oh, it's the pits, guys.
Yeah, so now you are a well-defined individual who can tell your story and you know where you stand.
But I get it. That's why I was waiting for like a perfect moment, like yes, Nami, to say, yes, guys, when I'm driving my Bentley, then I can tell my story.
Then the probability is you would have lost touch with most of your following. People that are upmarket struggle to connect with people that are not at the same level.
Nah.
Yeah. So when your business moves up, you will be able to connect more with the people that are at your level. It's difficult for a politician who is making millions or hundreds of thousands a month to come down to the community and talk to us because they don't live in our world. So it's better to tell us now when you're still here with us.
Yeah, good to have a
You understand?
Hey, a month end just showing us flames.
When you're up there, we'll believe you.
Yeah.
Because you told it now.
I've had interns and staff people that have struggled to pay. I'm still going to tell these stories. We're going to unfold it as we go along. But I'm loving this conversation because
this is powerful.
Like just the liberation and it just feels good, man, telling your story.
Yeah, and that's what people want. But the thing is now, you need to package it nicely. You need to grab people's attention.
Branding guy.
You understand?
Yeah.
If you look at most of the trending videos, they have the same hooks. They've got the same hooks. The first few lines are probably the same because someone listened to some other people, someone saying, "Hey, no, you're wanna watch till the end." That's a hook. Then it starts with the story. So you need to package it properly such that you don't lose your audience's attention. Because other people, they just take too long. Hey guys, so my name is and I'll
then you're like,
to the
oh
next
my
picture.
gosh. I ain't got no time for that.
So if you want really people to follow your stories, guys, you must have
package
a proper
them
hook.
Nicely. And have a proper hook.
Yeah. And
that's
then
a whole masterclass.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And there's
a
reason why your videos don't gain traction. I just discovered it as well. I'm not gonna boast about it. I just learned these few things as well. That if your videos have if your videos have the right hook, they move. And if you attempt to consistently grab people's attention, you will win because you have them. People have every 8 seconds you must change your frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. Whether you are zooming in or zooming out.
Wow.
The nice thing about putting caption is that captions keep people interested, fascinated, because there's moving text.
There's something else happening.
Not that they're reading, but it's just that there's that fascinating element. So all of these individual minor things contribute to you moving. Because your story might be powerful, but it won't have the kick.
Dang. All right, bro.
Okay.
Well, let's wrap it up now. Yeah? Okay. It's 2023. Okay. Let's talk about. It's 2023.
Okay.
Let's talk about how you're feeling, just
Yeah.
generally about this year. How are people feeling? Like, are we like ready to take over 2023? Bearing in mind, it doesn't mean 12 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah.
1 January,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're a new person,
Yeah.
new things. We are still dealing with things from last year. How are you feeling? What's your general?
You know what? I this is a different one for me.
Okay.
A lot happened last year for me.
Okay.
Number one, I was blessed with a beautiful baby girl.
Oh.
My whole world changed.
Yeah, she's everything.
Number two, because of that, I started introspecting deeper. I left corporate.
Yeah.
You know. Number three, I'm starting January fresh. Like
Yeah.
every time when you're starting the year and you need to go back to the job.
Yeah.
And you blow all your cash
like-
and you don't like the space.
The
And
stress.
I don't have that this year. This year, actually, I started on an introspective foot, because I've branded myself this year as a branding specialist. So my commitment to my followers or my commitment to my audience or the people that I connect with is to say, I'm going to help you build your brand.
Yeah.
So I just put a video out saying that not so long ago. The feedback I got was so positive. I never knew I could receive such positivity in January. It is amazing because I feel like I'm making a difference. So
Yeah.
whether I have money or not in my pocket, there are people out there who are calling. My phone has been ringing.
But don't get drunk and caught up with the feedback.
I
Because
saw-
we are very fickle.
Is it?
We love you one day, yes, obviously.
then
you
tomorrow
know.
it's something
Tomorrow's like, you do one wrong thing we don't like or
yeah,
agree with, then
you're
all of a
out.
sudden
Yeah,
it's cancelled.
Yeah,
You are
yeah.
cancelled.
I think more than that.
Not to put
Yeah,
negativity in it.
I connect
but
with you because
just on a real note.
yeah, people are not consistent,
Yeah.
and that's something to always note in business. More than that, I've set up my branding philosophy, and now I've changed my stance in the perspective of saying we were providing creative design, creative content creation services last year. This year we're providing your branding, branding strategy and stuff like that. So starting on that new leaf for me just does amazing things,
Yeah.
And mine, as I've always been, my philosophy has always been to protect my bubble so that no one pops it. Wherever I am, wherever I walk, you might be as negative as ever, but it won't pop me. So this is where I am. A lot of people are like,
Same. I'm like that as
January.
Yeah.
January. Yeah, I also don't have money, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I think me too.
Are you?
I think honestly, I am very excited because when I think how everything last year, so the last kind of, let's just say 3 months of the year were hectic.
Crazy.
And I feel like I'm only coming out of it now.
Okay.
They were absolutely crazy. So it's only in December that, we connected
Yeah.
And I'm starting to, it's like angazi when something makubhoboka that one thing, everything just comes together.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not trying to. I don't want to be pompous and be big-headed about it.
Yeah.
Of course, still remaining humble, but I really feel like for me, this year is a year of manifestation. It's a year
Definitely.
of the seeds that we've been planting throughout the years have to, we have to harvest this year.
Yeah, I think ever since we started the podcast, it's
Yeah.
been vibes upon vibes.
I know.
I mean, every Tuesday
Yes,
is
it's
very
just
exciting. I look forward to Tuesday.
Me too.
Because now you're going to meet very positive, influential, and I don't know where you found these people,
Yes.
because she's responsible for pulling these people. All of these people, she's just roping them in, and these people are very excited. They're very positive, regardless of what they're doing. But there's been a consistent flow of energy.
Yeah.
Where everyone who just comes here, they just revitalize you. They just re-energize
they
you.
just like.
And I really, when I look at that and what you've accomplished with SBR, it's amazing. I honestly keep saying to you that I don't know any other, what do you call the business runway? What do you call this? I'm looking for the word.
Platform or movement or
now the word is gone. But that setup where you call
Yeah.
people to that sitting, and you have them sitting and you drive that crowd that and you pull
yes,
the
yes.
people of that caliber to you.
Together, yeah.
I don't know anyone else who has done that. That
Yeah.
expo, I was looking for the word expo.
Okay,
of that magnitude here in Mzansi by a black-owned woman doing it single-handedly with support here and
obviously,
there.
there's people, there's a team.
Yeah, I
you know,
feel
but
you.
I hear what you're saying. I'm still kind of the face
Yes.
of the business, which
lot of-
I enjoy a lot.
A lot of the pressure comes to your shoulders. I
does,
see it
it
because,
does,
but
it
I
does.
don't know anyone who's accomplished what you have done.
Wow.
I don't know if I live in a small world, but I'm still looking for that person who has done this. I mean, there are people who have done your expos before.
Yeah.
But it's a group of people. It's committees and it's a lot of experienced individuals. But for you to spearhead something like this, one woman with support spilling down,
Yeah.
heads up.
Thank you.
It's massive.
Thank you. I take it.
Yeah, it's massive.
I take it. I'm no longer like, oh no, are you sure? Yes, he's
Yes,
right.
yes,
He's right.
yes, no, it's-
We are literally, we're on the verge of changing so many lives. And, for me, the feedback, the testimonies, what people have told me, what the Runway has done for them, it is obviously bigger than me. I mean, I just mentioned, Guti, I am still the face now, but I'm telling you, it's way bigger than me. It's way beyond me. There's so much more. And then lastly, just to wrap it up, the morale. Uguti, people, as much as we're feeling like, okay, it's a new year, things are about to happen, I'm talking about manifestation. The truth is there's like this looming recession and load shedding non-stop. Businesses are struggling.
Yeah.
Government is not able to keep the lights on for us. Some have shut down their doors. Some are losing financially. What do you have to say about just the general morale of the ordinary business person right now?
Yeah, I think so. When I internalize it and I'm processing it, there's a lot of things that are happening outwardly, and I always try to say, before I go out, let me just get myself sorted from within, so that whatever I interpret, I view, from a positive stance, where I'm saying, you know what, I need to properly analyze and understand this. So I'm a positive person, as you know, sometimes unrealistically, but I love to stay positive. Now, within the space of what's going on, there has been recessions before. There has been situations like these before. I mean, your financial people will tell you, your financial experts will tell you that they can even predict to say, after this one, you can expect another one in the next few years. That's their perspective. So things like these will always happen. Now, when the previous one happened, a lot of us were impacted negatively. Probably lost our businesses, probably closed down. I think it was a little bit backwards. But now the thing is, my thing was, where do I stand on this fence? Because there's someone who just bought a brand new car and we're in a recession. There's someone who was just sharing their financial reports and they're talking about making hundreds and thousands of rands. We're in a recession. There's someone who's buying a new house while I'm actually getting moved out of mine. We're in a recession. So on which side of the fence am I?
Are you? Yes.
There's a guy who I recently spoke to, who is in Dakar, a friend of mine. He says, I'm selling international products. That's how I'm here. I started selling back when I was in South Africa. You guys have your recession down there. I'm okay here. You get me? So on which side of the fence am I? I mean, you will always have inflation. You will always have a lot of things happening that are negative in the atmosphere that will affect you. It's not to say that we must ignore these things when they happen, but we must rise above them to change them. Because if you don't rise above the challenge, it hits you. You're part of it. You get me?
Love that.
So load shedding is really impacting us. It's really affecting us.
It is.
This now is forcing us to think outside of our perspectives. This is a big problem. For me, it's massive, because if I thought for myself, then I would be selfish. I'm sure there's a few solutions that I could cook up. We just need 4 lights on for an hour a day. Can buy backup solutions and resolve the load shedding impact within my business. But if I look at that in that perspective, then I'm small-minded. What about the rest of the people?
The rest of the world,
What about the economy, the market that
Our
supports my
community.
business? So we need to think at a bigger scale and look deeper into this and see what actually is the problem. And I feel that there's a looming pressure in the country where people can feel that a lot of things are not going right, but no one is doing anything about it. You know, no one is doing anything. Now this is going to force us to introspect.
Yeah.
And look at how far we've come as a country. Really, from 94 when we said we're free, we've got freedom and whatever.
Yeah.
How far really did we come?
Yeah.
What really changed? Why are we here if there's a lot that has changed? So it really now forces you to question the system, to question our effectiveness as a country. And now you even question yourself to say, what should I be doing to address this issue? Because now everyone is load shedding. We all experience load shedding. Even the political people who are high up in the ranks are experiencing it probably. I don't know. But it doesn't hit them the same as us. But I'm just saying, it's now forcing me to say, I need to do something about this. And most of the time I find myself without a solution to say, how do I solve the bigger problem? I can solve power issues.
And you don't have to have the solution immediately. I think as time goes, we as long as we stay in that mindset, we stay in that kind of formation to say, what are the solutions to this problem? I like what you said about inward first and then outwards.
Yes.